Club Caleb is about growing old with power and grace and confidence. Now therefore give me this mountain is our theme. Let me explain. I've chosen to illustrate this video with photos of me. They're in as close to chronological order as I could accomplish. My intent is to show the progression of life. So here's the story. Some of you already know it. For others, this may be the first time you've heard it. It's from the Bible. God rescued the Israelites from Egypt and brought them to the edge of the Promised Land. The Israelites sent a dozen spies into the Promised Land to scope it out. They came back and said, yeah, the Promised Land was everything they could hope for, but there was a problem. It was inhabited by powerful people who lived in fortified cities. 10 of the 12 spies said, there's no way we can take them. But 2 of the spies, Joshua and Caleb, said, we were promised this land, let's go and take possession. But they were voted down. God got angry at the people's lack of faith and said all but Joshua and Caleb would die in the wilderness and never enter the Promised Land, which is exactly what happened. 45 years later, Joshua and Caleb stood again at the border of the Promised Land. Caleb said to Joshua, behold, I am this day 85 years old. I am still this day strong, as in the day that Moses sent me. As my strength was then, even so is my strength now, for war, both to go out and to come in. And now give me this mountain, of which Jehovah spoke in that day. I'm using the Darby Bible for this. Some Bible versions use mountain, some use hill country or something similar. The original Hebrew doesn't make a distinction. I use mountain because I like the imagery. The story is mostly in the book of Numbers, chapters 13 and 14, and the book of Joshua, chapters 14 and 15. Was Caleb truly as strong at 85 as he had been at 40? Was he as capable for battle? For the rigors of daily living? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe what he retained was his courage, or to use a Yiddish word derived from Hebrew, maybe he just had a lot of chutzpah. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Strength, courage, bravado, whatever Caleb had in his later years, I want that in my later years. I choose Caleb as my role model for aging. I want to share with others my adventures in aging using Caleb as my model, hence Club Caleb. I had Club Caleb as a standalone platform for a while, a Club Caleb channel on YouTube, a Club Caleb page on Facebook, but aging isn't a standalone process. It's deeply integrated into who I am and who I will become. And so I've integrated it into my Rich Reese Adventure platform, because growing old is an adventure. This is the playlist where videos on the topic of aging will appear. I don't think growing old is unpleasant or difficult or regrettable. I don't think growing old is an uncontrollable process, nor do I think it's entirely controllable. I control what I can to the best of my ability, using the best science I can find. Sometimes the outcomes exceed my highest hopes. Sometimes the outcomes remind me that I'm locked into an inescapable decline, a decline that will one day result in my separation from this world. So what about you? Do you have plans for aging well? Have you already taken steps to protect your well-being in your later years? Tell us about it in the comments below. This is not at all the video I set out to make. I share that story with my behind-the-scenes supporters on Patreon. The link is in the description, along with other links you may find useful. Despite what Dylan Thomas wrote, I don't believe that old age should burn and rave at close of day. My burning and raving days are behind me. I don't want my old age to burn and rave. I want my old age to smile and wave. I'm Rich Reese, and I'll see you out there.